5. Sanders' first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
1 yard. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Eagles.
Sanders. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Second and 11. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, defense. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Smash. Here we go again.
On the handoff, it's Michel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
1-yard line.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To throw is Jackson. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's third down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. This is Michel on the counter, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
For the field goal, a 33-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
It's a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He was tackled.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to air one, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Demir Bird, his first touchdown of the new season. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take him the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Well, Now a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Eagles.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he's forced out left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And 10 yards to go.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now he lets it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain of 31.
That goes for a gain of 31.
Philadelphia.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is down to 2.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
10 at their own 18-yard line.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Washington.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Pass.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And that's incomplete. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. Brings up a third down. And
so now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. To throw again is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Got him in. He finds Sanders. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Eagles 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll air this one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Christian Kirk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Michel. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
52. Like 52. 52's the line. Hey. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's out to his running back, Michel. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 45-yard line.
Line 52, line 52. Here we go, here we go. Line 50. Let's stay 19. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Love. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He'll look to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Complete, nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That one is slant to McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. Touchdown, Washington! Damiere Byrd with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington has retaken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses, also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Offense set to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. His tight end, it's Ertz. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
He had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have retaken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Now Jackson on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel. And now it's second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Jackson to throw. Throw caught here by Bird. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Demir Bird, 49 yards. And Washington has taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. To Michel on the screen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes this Washington 31, Eagles 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Another run here with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Today's final.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally